welcome to the JW Marriott Masai Mara. I can't wait to show you this incredible resort. This is one of the most exclusive Marriott properties in the world and one of the most luxurious hotels I've ever stayed at. Now this property is actually located inside the reserve. So we're inside this incredible reserve with all the wild animals that can literally walk right up to the reserve here, so they actually have security. This is also one of the most incredible entrances and most private hotel I've stayed at, with only 20 villa/tents that they call them here. I can't wait to show you this property. Let's go check it out. All right, and here we are at tent number 11. Numbers 1 through 11 have a river view and sunset view, which is what we have. They have 20 tents total, that's what they call them. They're all 1,500 square feet, which is massive. And only 3 out of the 20 have rooms with 2 beds. All the other ones have rooms with 1 king bed. So we did get the room with the 2 beds, but this is a really cool pathway walking up to your tent. This is so luxurious. They actually escorted us here. We just got off the 6-hour transportation, so they picked us up at our hotel in Nairobi, and then they actually drove us 6 hours all the way out here to the lodge. So it was a beautiful drive. You can either choose that, or you can choose to take the airplane that they'll arrange for you. But the drive is nice because you actually get to see a lot that otherwise you wouldn't see in the airplane. But right away, you can already see we're coming up here on the lodge, on our tent. But this is a massive tent, and this is my 19th JW Marriott, and already I am so excited. This is huge. It is so much space, and we are literally right now in the Masai Mara Reserve. So this hotel is actually located inside the park. So there is a park entrance fee of $100 per person per day. So we are now inside, but now walking by, you can already see kind of inside our tent here. They have these mesh screens up, but it is private. They're really spread out here. We can see inside a little bit, but let's wind around because we're heading to our beautiful deck, which we have one of the best views, and we're about to see the sunset in just a little bit. But here we are on this beautiful river with a lot of action. There actually is some hippos in that little like pond up there, and sometimes they said you can kind of see them coming out here. But this is just one of the best views I've ever had almost at any hotel. It's so exclusive. We are way out here in nature. There isn't a single JW Marriott or even hotel anywhere near this level of luxury, and with this views anywhere that I have found. Now we have a very spacious deck, plenty of room. Every room also has a whirlpool tub. It takes 3 hours to heat up, so if you want to use that, just let them know and they'll heat that up for you. But you can basically be out here in your whirlpool looking out at the beautiful view. And we also have 2 chairs right over here where you can sit and relax. But now here we are heading in to one of the most beautiful hotel rooms I have ever had in my entire life. This is absolutely gorgeous. So let's head on in here. But right away, I am in awe. The second you walk in here, you just can't even believe it. So we have this massive tent, and right away, I love this incredible light. We've got 2 beautiful sofas here. They have a welcome note prepared. They have some special water bottles that say JW Marriott Masai Mara Lodge. You can actually take home with you as a souvenir. Just so beautiful, but everything is absolutely spotless, so clean, so perfect. We don't have any flat walls. It's materials that are changing. It's inside a tent, which I've never had before. They even have illuminated lighting all the way around the tent, which just adds that beautiful ambiance. All right, now there's no air conditioning in these tents, but they have plenty of fans. So we've got 2 fans going. They have another fan over here, but at nighttime it cools down very much. So you actually don't need air conditioning because it gets really cool at night. So they told me at the end of the day, they actually come by and they do the turn down service. They'll close all these, get your tent ready for evening. And then they also have these nets by the bed. You don't need them. There's not a lot of bugs, they said, or mosquitoes, but you can put these around the tent just in case to kind of keep any mosquitoes or bugs that would happen to get in. But we haven't seen any bugs or mosquitoes yet. But you can even hear the birds chirping in the background, like we are in the heart of it, which is just incredible. We're in the heart of nature. But they have these really cool art pieces throughout the room. We've got that one there. We also have these arts here made by the Masai people, and as well as those art pieces up there and this lamp. They're all made locally here in the villages nearby. So they actually use a lot of the local art, and they also hire a lot of the local people. So 70% of the staff here that work at the JW Marriott are actually from the local community, which is a huge touch. Now we do have a work desk over here. Not that you're going to want to be getting work done here, but if you have to and you have to do a Zoom meeting or anything like that, there's great Wi-Fi. You can connect JW Marriott Guest. It's free, but you can connect. You have a desk looking out here at nature, listening to the birds chirping. And then let me show you back here, because this is actually where we have the robes and slippers. Cool. So in this cabinet here, they actually have 2 robes and 2 slippers, and I highly approve of both. The robes here, as you can see, they're so soft. They have all this beautiful padding on there, which I really like. And then the slippers as well. They're very nice, and they actually are branded. They say JW Marriott Masai Mara Lodge. So that's very nice. I approve of both. Very high quality, which is very good, which is what I look for. So this is what it looks like with the 2 beds. All the other rooms, all 17 other ones, have 1 king in the middle here. But you have a whole control panel here by the bed. So it's actually very modern for being out in the middle of like nowhere. We've got full control panels to turn on the different lights in the room. Just with the press of the button, you can turn everything on or off. Another beautiful lamp here, a nightstand, and then just also some like reading lights here. So a lot of features, a lot of technology, a little rug there. We also have the little rug here with the wood floor. I like how there's the different tones. So just very beautiful, very gorgeous. Everything is just so stylish, clean, and it also fits in with the natural environment with a lot of this wood and this like tent. So it actually feels like you're a part of nature out here. Now over here I want to show you, we do have the whole mini bar. First hotel in the world, I am told it is all inclusive for every guest. Everything is included with your stay for every guest who stay here, no matter your level. They have some fresh chips here. They restock it daily. We got some cookies, waters, teas, some alcoholic drinks, as well as non-alcoholic drinks down below here, some like chocolate and candies. So that is absolutely incredible. So if you're hungry, you just want a little snack, you can hang tight here and just have something. They also have the main restaurant on property, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's all included. So you don't have to worry about food on this trip. No matter what rate you book and you stay here, even if it's on points like we did, it's all included. Now on this side, we have another cabinet, which has the safe and then just some other amenities in here for storage. So we have the safe, some hangers, some tote bags here, some tote bags here, but that's about it. So plenty of space to store your things. They also will complimentary wash 5 pieces of clothing per guest per day. They also will iron your things too. So that's a great touch. And here's this kind of like art pieces made by the local people, but just beautiful. We have another bench over here. Now here we are. I also want to show you, we're coming into the grand bathroom. Now this is absolutely incredible. This is one of the most spacious bathrooms I've ever had in my life, way out in nature. But we've got all these incredible wood tones, and we have all these really cool lights from the ceiling, the lights around the mirror, the 2 lights. We also have these hanging lights over here. So I love the lighting. We also have this beautiful rug here. We have the wood floor, 2 big sinks with plenty of counter space. And then they also have different amenities over here, like after sun gel. They also have insect repellent. And then they have this like balm that you put on before bed and it helps you sleep. But really nice amenities, everything you could want. And this is also really unique because every towel here that they have is embedded with JW Marriott Masai Mara Lodge, which is the coolest thing. I've never had a hotel where every single towel is embedded with their logo in it. So that is just really cool. This just feels so amazing because we also have this backlit mirror over here, and then we have the toilet and the shower, and they're so luxurious because they're so huge. The space is huge. We have this whole walk-in area here for the toilet. Like, who needs this much space? And then we've got some more art, but it's just beautiful. The walls are not flat. They're like a textured material. We got the wood here around. The doors here are very thick material. It does feel super luxurious. This is just top quality, probably the most top quality, one of the top qualityest JW Marriotts I've ever stayed at. And then looking out that way, we have the beautiful view of the hot tub out there. And then over here, this is one of the coolest features because we have 2 shower options, both rainfall. We have the first shower option here, which is indoor. I love this beautiful tiling all around, but we have a rainfall shower here, plenty of space. And then watch this, come with me. I'm gonna take you outside here because every room also has an outdoor shower. So if you come around with me, you'll see here, we have a beautiful outdoor shower here, rainfall shower, and I'm told it's hot and cold water. So yep, it's hot and cold. So you can actually have a warm shower outside. It's completely private. There's just trees over here, and here's your deck looking out into that river. So it has complete privacy, but this is absolutely incredible. The only other place in the world I've ever had an outdoor shower was at the new addition in Kenai, in Riviera Maya that just opened, but the outside shower, it was actually cold water only. It didn't have warm water. So this is the second one I've had warm water. I'm just going to recommend showering out here if you choose to stay here. That is an incredible feature. Awesome. So overall, I am so impressed. I don't even think I covered everything in this video, so in the voiceover I'll be going over a lot more, but everything here has absolutely blown away my expectations. Everything is just perfect. The service has been flawless. The rooms are gorgeous, spacious, all foods included. They take you out on the safari. Even driving in, I saw my first wild giraffe, my first wild hippo. We saw all kinds of animals just driving here. Everything is just so incredible. We're here 3 quick nights. I did decide to use points to stay here. It's an incredible points option because you get at least a penny a point. We're actually getting 4 pennies a point, which is an insane value for Marriott. So I highly recommend if you're choosing to stay here and you have the points, use them. But even if not, I don't think you can go wrong. I can't wait to show you now the whole rest of the property and give you a full tour. Stay tuned. Our journey began getting picked up at our hotel near Nairobi Airport. Now you can either choose to be picked up by a private vehicle and driver from the hotel and driven all the way down 6 hours to the JW Marriott, or you can choose to get a transfer to the Wilson Airport. It's $140 round trip, which is just outside Nairobi, and they will fly you down to the JW Marriott, which is a lot faster. However, we elected to do the drive just because it's more scenic and it allowed us to be more flexible with our planning. That way we weren't like locked into the airfare on a certain day in case we got delayed a day coming in. But the drive was really nice. We stopped along the way. Our driver was very professional, fantastic. We had like the most luxurious vehicle of anyone on the road, air conditioned. They even had like drinks and some snacks for us. We then went to a area where they loaded us up into the safari cruiser, where we were then taken into the Masai Mara Reserve area. Our driver would not only be with us today, but through our whole entire experience, taking us out on every single game drive and safari to see all the animals. It was really unique because we got to see kind of the local people and culture, and then we actually got to enter the reserve. This is one of the only properties located inside the reserve. So you have all kinds of animals, and even as we were driving to the resort, we got to see like giraffes and all kinds of different animals. It was truly the most special experience ever. All I could do was start playing songs from The Lion King because you just don't really think that this can be real life, like you can actually see all these animals in their natural habitat. Now here we are approaching the hotel. You can kind of see some villas there in the distance. This is Hippo Pond, and yes, you can see sometimes hippos kind of come up. There's one right there. And there's another one. Sometimes they actually get out of the water and walk around. We did not see that, but it's really cool because from our tent and suite, we could actually see Hippo Pond from there right across the way. And sometimes you could kind of see a hippo or two kind of popping up out of the water, which was really cool. Now, when we arrived, they actually had some of the local Masai people doing a special dance for us to kind of welcome us in. Everyone on the whole journey was so friendly, so kind, but this truly is a whole experience. Here we are. This is one of the most unique entrances. They all helped us with our bags, and they actually have a bridge to walk across the river to enter the resort. Now, earlier this year, this bridge did wash away completely due to the flooding and the very high water. It actually came all the way up and did wash the bridge away. But since then, it has now been rebuilt and is currently open. So that is great news. When we actually got across the bridge, here's the main area where they handed us a nice towel and a welcome drink. Everyone had so many smiles. Everyone was absolutely so kind, caring, courteous. And then someone was with us to actually escort us all the way to our tent. Along the way, we got to stop here at the main area. This is where people can gather. There is a fire pit there, so at nighttime it really comes to life. We were given like a tour of the property as we were walking, but you'll just notice how beautiful this place is. You're literally inside the reserve. You're listening to the sounds of nature. Now here we are at our tent. They only have 20 tents here, so it's a very exclusive property. Ours was tent number 11, and look at these views of the Telek River, just gorgeous. We were shown to our room and learned about all of the amenities, including all of the local artwork, including the lamp fixture that is actually made by the local Masai Mara people. The room is spectacular. Definitely the most luxurious and nicest JW Marriott property in the whole world. It has every luxury amenity you could ever want with the best views. Each tent is thoughtfully designed with inspiration from the surrounding savanna. It's nestled along the Telek River, every single tent, so every single one has this incredible, breathtaking view of either sunrise or sunset. They aren't ordinary tents. Each one spans nearly 1,100 square feet of indoor and outdoor living space, with elegant decor, plush bedding, and warm, earthy tones. The outdoor shower is just so extra, and you're definitely going to not want to miss the beautiful sunset view that we had from our room, and down the river farther, a lot of the guests had a sunrise view. But it's absolutely amazing to be watching the river flowing by. You're literally in the heart of the beautiful savanna here where all the wild animals are at, and you get to experience it like you're actually one with nature. There are only 3 tents on property that offer the configuration with 2 queen beds, while all the others have a configuration of just 1 king bed. But I like that they have both options. It makes it very nice for sometimes families or whatever you may need. The decks here are very nice because they all feature a whirlpool hot tub. They will set it up for you. They fill it as often as you would like. It just takes about 3 hours to heat up. But all you'd have to do is let the staff know at any point and they will get it all ready for you. They'll even close it up at the end of the day and put a tarp around it. Here's the map showing the river and all the 20 villas. They are building another one. That's why there's a number 21, and that one will actually feature a little bit of like a bigger hot tub on the deck. Now, as we continue down, I just want to show you the villas are actually here pretty spaced out. It just keeps going. We were fortunate our villa was number 11, so it was pretty close. But for some of these, it could be a pretty good walk. So just keep that in mind. But it's just relaxing and there is nature all around. Next up, I want to give you a tour of like all the amenities on property because there is just so much to do. Whether you're in your tent or you're here at the pool or the spa or the fitness center, I want to show it all to you. So next up we have the hotel's pool. This is included and it is gorgeous. There was never that many people here, so you can take a dip, cool off, plenty of lounge seats, and it's very beautifully done with an infinity edge design. But you're right here in the heart of nature. I love how the trees are surrounding the pool. It's a very nice color and the tiling. It was just so luxurious. After that, you're going to want to head over here. They also have a beautiful fitness center. Look at the views from the fitness center. It's literally one with nature. Dividing the fitness center kind of in the pool, they do have toilets, so you don't have to go all the way back to your tent to use a toilet. They have some right here for you. They have really thought of everything. And look at the amazing design of the toilets. Even the shower area in there they have for you if you need to rinse off. Now the fitness center is just so extra. It is huge. It is another tent with a lot of different cardio equipment as well as some free weights. They have complimentary waters, towels ready for you, and then look at the view from the treadmill or bike. That is just stunning. They have the fans going, there's the free weights, and then they have some other workout equipment. But I loved the lighting, I love the design, the wood tones. It's just so luxurious if you're looking to get a workout while you're here. Next up, I want to take you to the spa area. This is also included. Now, the treatments, I believe, are extra. However, this is complimentary to all guests. You just have to reserve an appointment. But it includes a cold tub, which is kind of there in the middle. It is pretty chilly. But after the cold tub, they also then have a steam room and sauna. This is awesome. Every luxury property in the world should have a complimentary steam room and sauna. The sauna was not super huge, but it was excellent that they had it with the wood tones, very comfortable, and then they also had a steam room as well. It's a private experience, so just one tent, I believe, is allowed in at a time, so you can kind of have the place to yourself. Just make sure to book the appointment. This is kind of the main reception area. You don't actually check in here, you check in at your room, but this is like the lobby bathrooms. They're also just so unique and luxurious as well, with separate toilet areas, the most unique sink to wash your hands, and one of the coolest features is on property they have a place with Canon camera workshops. Now, as a guest, you get a complimentary Canon camera, a very expensive one. So when you go out on the game drives, you can actually use that camera to take photos. And then later in the day, you can stop by the office here and they'll actually download them to your phone or on the computer so you can look up close and see all the animals that you spotted. Here's the beautiful reserve here in Masai Mara and kind of where the hotel is located, and just how big it is. So if you're here a week, you have plenty of different places you can go all week with your game driver. You can go out as many times as you want or as little times as you want. If you want to go out twice a day, if you want to go out all day, you can. If you want to stay at the hotel all day and enjoy the spa and sauna and steam room and your tent, you absolutely can as well. They're extremely flexible, willing to work with every single person's schedule. The other amazing thing is meals are all inclusive. So this is the main dining area here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now you can also choose to have breakfast in your tent, but we chose to always come here for breakfast. This is kind of like the other lobby sitting area, and this is where they have the bar. You also get complimentary drinks. It's all included, so at any point all day you can always just ask for a complimentary drink and they'll be more than happy to make it for you. Now as the sun sets, the property really comes to life because all the unique lighting comes on, including in your tent, making it just feel so luxurious. As the sun sets, you also get a dinner. You can have it before the sun sets or after. They have time ranges, but every night it was a little bit of different food. This night it was more authentic Kenyan food, so it was very cool to try the different flavors. Now they're very customizable, so if you don't want certain items or you can't eat certain foods, they're very kind about helping you with that. Now every night, no matter where you got to go, you got to get escorted back to your tent because there could be animals on the walkway. So every night they will escort you from your tent to dinner or back wherever you want to go. Just make sure you always get that escort. Our housekeeping team was A+. Back in our villa, every day they completely restocked our mini bar, left us little personalized notes every single night, folded our clothes. It also includes a couple pieces of complimentary laundry they will do for you every single day, which is fantastic. This is the hot tub at night. We had it done for the evening. It is so relaxing. It has the jets in it. During the day, you can see the river. At night, you can just listen to the ambiance. It is gorgeous. The tent inside as well at nighttime is just wonderful. The turn down service, they will close all the blinds for you. The beds also do have that tent lining around the beds just in case there's like bugs in the room, but we didn't find that the case. It just provided for a really unique experience. On our first morning, they had some pastries set up for us. We got up super early because it was our first day to go on the game drive. They had the vehicles ready to go. We got loaded up, and these vehicles were luxurious. This was our first full day going out to see the animals. And in the whole safari that we were on, these were the nicest vehicles of any other camp or group activity that I saw. The vehicles were just so nice. They ride it amazing, and they even had blankets when it was cold in the morning for us. We also took along our Canon cameras, so we were sure to make sure we got the best shots of all the animals all day. First thing we saw was actually a lion. A lot of other vehicles were going over there to see it. I could not believe how the animals were not scared of the vehicles. They are so used to the vehicles that the vehicles can literally get up as close as they want and the animals will not run away. They're just totally used to it. But to see a lion in its natural habitat was just absolutely stunning. We even got to see some hyenas. They were all kind of gathering around because one of the lions actually made a kill of, I think, a wildebeest. So that we did not see that part of it. But it was just crazy to actually be out here and experience life like in The Lion King. Here the lion was kind of lapping up some water, but it truly is just amazing how close you can get to these wild animals. But this experience is truly priceless. There is nothing else like this that any other hotel or resort can possibly offer in the world. It is just truly stunning. As we continued on, we rounded a corner and all of a sudden there was a herd of elephants. That was amazing. We saw a few more giraffes, and then we actually pulled the vehicle over for kind of a little pit stop. At the pit stop area, they actually completely surprised us. They made breakfast for us out here in the bush. This is the best breakfast of my life. They actually set up full-on tables with white tablecloths, real silverware and plates out here in the middle of the wilderness. They had the best breakfast equipped with everything you could ever want, including eggs, French toast, pancakes, hash browns, sausage, hot items, cold items like yogurt, and we were literally right on out there with all the animals. There was even like a baboon that came pretty close to us while we were eating. There is nothing else like that. Back here at the resort, we were able to order lunch a little bit later. Everything is complimentary. It came with bread, and then I actually ordered just 2 whole things. I got the fish and chips as well as the noodles. Later that same day, we went back out to see some more animals. We saw some zebras, as well as more giraffes, and more giraffes even, but it's just absolutely stunning. It never gets old going out on these drives, and you're also just so comfortable in the vehicles. Like, you could get so close to the giraffes, they just literally walk right by. Now, they won't let you out to walk around. You have to stay in the vehicle at all times while you're out here, just for the animal safety and things like that. But it's nice that you can get so close to the animals to really see them in their natural habitat. Our guide, Finton, was also 5-star, just perfect, explaining every single thing, answering every single question. We learned so much about the animals, the reserve. It was just fantastic. This is truly such a special hotel that it includes this incredible experience with the guides. There is just really nothing like it. Now back at the resort, it's absolutely beautifully lit. The bridge, it's just stunning. We got to walk back over the bridge for our dinner in the evening, but even the public spaces here really come to life at night. There's the bar area with the seating area here. It's just so cozy. They have blankets, all the cool decorations, the furniture. It's just so high class and luxurious. For dinner, I got the fish and chips again and my favorite drink, and then here's breakfast in the morning. I got some fried rice, I got pancakes, I got eggs, sausage, crispy hash browns. We started the day off early, unlimited cappuccinos, all kinds of pastries. You're just going to want to take your time for breakfast juices. And here's that beautiful bridge during the daytime with the river down there. Just absolutely gorgeous. Here we were back at it for the next day, our second full day of going out to see the animals. There's something called the Big 5 animals, which includes lions, leopards, elephants, buffaloes, and rhinos. So it's everyone's goal to see all 5. Now, we saw 4 of them. The only one we never got to see on this trip was the rhino, but we definitely will have to go back. Now, here is the incredible cruisers that you get to ride in as part of the JW Marriott. They have a fleet of several of them, all come with guides. Sometimes you get to go out by yourself, sometimes you're with other groups, but it's just absolutely stunning. Even the trees out here, you're literally out in the middle of nowhere. Now, the vehicles are so luxurious. I just want to point out all the features. They have beautiful suspension, so it actually is a little bit of a smoother ride compared to other vehicles out there. They have very comfy blankets, because in the morning it can be pretty cold, so they have nice soft blankets for everyone, which is so luxurious. In the morning, they actually made us cappuccinos to go, and they're reusable takeaway cups. So we're sipping on our cappuccinos with our blankets. Most vehicles only have the 4 seats, so it's very private. You only have, 4 people total, and then of course with the guide. Here's that fancy Canon camera that we got to take a lot of pictures with, and then back at the lodge, we were able to get help sorting all the pictures and then printing them out and downloading them to our phones. They also have a whole cooler in the vehicles with cold drinks, lemonade. I mean, so luxurious. They have power outlets. You can keep your phone charged all day while you're out driving around. They even have special places to stop with public bathrooms. Now, you'll notice the other vehicles definitely are not as luxurious as ours. Ours was just the best. Now, this was a spotting of a leopard. Saw the vehicles over here to see it. It finally came out of the bush and walked right by. We got one of the best views. Just incredible that we were able to see so many different kinds of animals. Here are some ostriches. We even had some other just wildebeest and just whole herds of animals. Now, the different seasons, of course, have different times. Like there's the migration season, which I believe is like sometime during the summer season. Now, this was February. I think all year round, you're always going to get action and really cool animals to see. But of course, being there for the migration, I feel like in the summer would just be so amazing. Now, here are some more elephants. We were just literally driving around in the middle of nowhere and we just stumbled across them. And we actually pulled over and we just turned the vehicle off and we just waited there and got to just watch this whole herd of elephants just eat and walk literally right by the vehicle. It's amazing how many of the animals just harmoniously live together. So many different species and many of them get along just fine. Now, an update, they are actually in the process of building a Ritz-Carlton Reserve property out here, which is also part of Marriott Bonvoy portfolio. It's going to be just across the way here on like that hill way over there. Down in that valley is actually where the wildebeest migration happens. So that will just be fantastic when it opens. But honestly, this JW Marriott, it literally feels like the most exclusive Ritz-Carlton Reserve there is. I'm really surprised it's only a JW Marriott. The rest of the day, we got to see another lion. We also got to see some hippos here in the big river, so that was cool. But there's so many different places you can go out on these drives. We even saw some like baboons, but day after day it never gets old. Some people were here for like a full week and they went out every single day and enjoyed every single moment. We were only here like 3 nights, so we pretty much only had these 2 full days to go out. But next time we come, we definitely want to stay longer, just because every single day you get incredible photos, incredible videos, and you see so many animals sometimes you'd never seen before. Here we were now back at Hippo Pond. From Hippo Pond right across the way, you can see our beautiful villa. There was also a hippo kind of poking their head up out of the water, but there was our tent right there, just stunning. Now, I did get lunch. This time I got some pizza. It was really good with fries. It was like a margarita pizza with bread, of course, but service was fantastic. Now, this is kind of the other entrance to the JW Marriott. I think if you're like driving here or something, I'm not quite sure. But they actually gave us a tour one of the days because there's so many things to do on this property. If you're not out and about on a game drive, you can do a tour at the property. They even have other activities like going in a hot air balloon and things like that. But this tour included a tour of the garden. So they actually grow a lot of their own plants and vegetables here that they use in their food, which is something that JW Marriott properties are known for. A lot of them do have their own gardens. But this one was very cool. They have to have someone there all day and all night pretty much guarding it from wild animals and keeping them away. But they had literally almost every kind of plant or vegetable you could think of over here. And a lot of it, like I mentioned, it is used in the food that they actually make there on property. So that is very nice. It ties in the local elements. It's very sustainable, but just really cool. You can get a tour of this when you come to visit as well. Just ask them and they will show you around. They also explained how a lot of the local people from the Masai Mara actually like live and do things. So we actually learned about how to make a toothbrush from like plants, and it was actually kind of amazing. This special plant actually is great for the teeth. It helps prevent like tooth decay, cavities, and it actually does clean your teeth pretty well once you kind of splice it and you kind of get like a brush going at the end of it. So it's really eye-opening to see how other people are able to do things like this, for example, to brush your teeth. We also got to take a look at the last tent that they were still building. This one was going to be extra special because it was going to have like a little pool at the end of it, but it's going to be the only one like that. But we got to see beautiful photos of how they actually built this place. They are so speedy. They built this whole property in like a year and a half with just all of these steel structures, and the local people really helped out a lot. But it's just incredible how they not only built the lobby area, but also all these individual tents. It's just mind-blowing. The property here truly has some of the best service we've ever experienced. They have about 108 workers. Now, a lot of them work 6 weeks on and then they get 2 weeks off, just because it's kind of out here in the middle of nowhere. So they do have housing for the workers, but you really get to know a lot of them because the ones that you meet when you're there, they're pretty much there your whole stay. So it's just incredible. You build great friendships with the staff here, but they are also kind, caring, have huge hearts, and really love to take care of the guests. I highly recommend, if you're planning a trip here, to spend at least 4 nights. I'd say 5 would be preferred, just because there's so much to do. You're gonna want to go out on the game drives at least 3 days, and then if you spend 1 day just at the property, you can do the spa. They have the other activities like the hot air balloon. You can also go to the fire pit over here in the evening. You can just have lunch at the hotel. You can relax in your tent. There's just so much to do. You can have a tour of the garden, just walk around. They have the pool on property. Now, this is where we also came back to eat dinner for our last night. Sometimes we like to eat here a little bit before it got dark, just because of the beautiful sunset views. Now, this is the lobby living area again, and this is the other place where you can also have your dinner or breakfast. Now, our last dinner included like a special type of soup, as well as I got my drink I liked again, and then like a rice with skewers of like chicken and beef, which was really nice. We even had a little surprise visitor come over here while we were having dinner. Even the desserts were just fantastic. Now, this was our last morning here, waking up in our beautiful beds, going to our very last breakfast. All you can order off the menu. We sat at the end table here. They brought us blankets, so we were looking right out at Hippo Pond and the river. I got eggs, crispy hash browns, toast, cappuccinos, berry smoothie, everything you could want. And then the whole staff gathered around later to wish us a goodbye. Our amazing guide then drove us back to where we would meet our driver, who would take us back on the 6-hour journey all the way back to Nairobi. Along the way, we got to pass through many villages of the local people. It was Sunday, so they were all getting ready to go to church. Now, here we were. They moved our things over to the nice driver and car where we went all the way back to Nairobi. Now, in Nairobi, it happened to be the one couple days that Benny Hinn was actually doing a large crusade in the city. He's a famous preacher here from the United States. The president of Kenya was also in attendance, who gave a nice speech in the beginning, but it was absolutely incredible to get to be a part of this. God blessed us to escort us right here to the very front row of the whole stadium. There were, I believe, over 50 to 80,000 people in attendance, and the message was very powerful.
And God's people said a mighty amen.
Friends,
partners, the people of Kenya, we believe in God and we are unashamed about our faith in God. Asanteni sana, nawapenda sana, nawatakia baraka ya Mungu. My friend and brother Benny Hinn, welcome to Kenya. Thank you very much for all those who put this together.
Give God something to use.
Mpatie Mungu kitu cha kutumia.
The Bible doesn't say
Biblia haisemi
nothing is impossible to God.
hakuna lisilowezekana.
It says nothing is impossible with God.
Inasema hakuna lisilowezekana.
Which means he needs a partner.
Anahitaji mfanyikazi pamoja
He
naye.
needs you to cooperate.
Anahitaji ushiriki naye.
All right, now for the review of the Masai Mara JW Marriott Lodge. This property, I'll have to say, is absolutely incredible. Out of the 19 JW Marriotts I've been to so far, this definitely is my top number one. Nothing else even compares. This honestly should be a Ritz-Carlton Reserve. It is so exclusive, so amazing. The staff are so friendly, I don't even know where to start. But room, 5 out of 5. One of the coolest rooms I've ever had. Every tent here is 1,500 square feet, and they all have views of this river. They're all up and down this river, all 20 rooms, and they're massive. Beautiful beds, either king or 2-bed options. Every amenity you could ever want, desire, and just insane. I don't even have words to describe it. Next up is going to be inspiration, 5 out of 5. From the rooms, to the grounds, to the staff, to the amazing adventure that they take you out on, included with your stay, the safari. One of the best experiences in the world, above 5 out of 5 on inspiration. Just, it couldn't be any better. Next up is going to be service, 5 out of 5. These are some of the friendliest people I have ever met in my entire life. From the moment we arrived, even our airport transfer to arriving here, they were waiting for us. We didn't even check in. They basically just walked us right to the room, just in the meantime took our passports and later dropped them off. Very smooth, welcome drink, note in room. They have missed nothing. Even the minibar attendant, like, they customize it to you. I happen to mention that I love macaroons, and they've made me a whole fresh thing of macaroons every single day. Like, we love the welcome drink, the hibiscus juice, and they've just restocked our minibar with it because we liked it so much. Like, any request you have, anything you need, they are on it. They try to do everything to accommodate you, even when it comes to food. If for some reason you can't eat the food or you don't like it, they'll give you different options. But just the service here is just amazing. I haven't met one staff member that has not had a smile on their face and that has not been friendly. It is so refreshing because so many other JW Marriott properties I've been to, the staff are just so eh. Here, they live up to the JW Marriott name. Perfect staff. Finally, value, would I return? Definitely 5 out of 5. This is one of the top hotels to redo again on my bucket list. I cannot wait to come back and sneak peek. They're actually building right now a Ritz-Carlton Reserve. I think it'll open in about 1.5 to 2 years in this area as well. So that's an amazing development. But otherwise, this property is amazing for everyone who stays here because all food is included for every member and every room is massive. All the rooms are the same size, so you can't go wrong no matter what level with Marriott you are. Everyone gets free breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Everyone gets to go out for free on the game drives. Now, a few costs to note. The pricing here is pretty expensive. It's about $3,200 or more for 2 guests. June through October is actually their busy season because starting in June is the wildebeest migration. So during that time, rates can spike to over $4,000 a night. But I have to say, in the whole Marriott Bonvoy portfolio, this is one of the best hotels to redeem your points at. It is only around 100 to about 150,000 points a night, which on any given night is at least around 3 pennies per point, which is 3 to 4 times the value of what Marriott points are worth. I value them at 1 cent each. Here you're going to get about 3 cents each, which is just absolutely insane. So if you have the points, I would recommend using them or just buy the points. It honestly would be cheaper to probably do that than spend the cash rate to stay here. But definitely recommend that. The other costs will be the airport transfers. You can decide if you want to go by ground like we did. They pick you up at your hotel at the airport, or at the airport drive you here and drive you back, or you can do their air transfer. Both costs are about the same. It's about $900 round trip for the car, for however many people you want to fit in the car, and then the airfare is going to be, I believe, about half that per person. So I believe about $430 to $450 round trip for your airfare to come here and back. But I cannot wait until you also get to experience this incredible property. It is worth getting the time off and using those points to stay here. You cannot go wrong. It is insane.